Welcome to 2026, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, we are coming back. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking last time the boys took a break. Last time they had a Christmas, they didn't come back for 6 months. But this time, I promise you, on whatever remaining hair I have left on my head, we're doing it. We're coming back. We are coming back on I didn't check the calendar, so I can't tell you. But it's going to be within the first 2 months of the year. That is a Murray guarantee. But in order to do this, in order for us to come out the gate strong, in order for us to release weekly, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming back weekly. We're going to need a little bit of extra leeway time. So we're sending out the gates 3 weeks of an old episode. This one is a classic. It's one of our favorites. We talk about it a lot on the podcast, and if you haven't heard it, you're in for a treat. It involves spoiler apology.
This is Scripty Business, the made-up show of made-up movies. We have 3 episodes to make a movie out of 3 random words, but each episode, we add a random film element into the mix by spinning our dreaded Wheel of Doom. Each word, each element must carry through to the final movie pitch. It's chaos, it's risky, it's Scripty Business.
Dude, the freaking frog's gay!
Oh man, this is coming together.
That's the point.
I'll rumble you right now, dog. I don't care.
You want to go down this pathway, I can take you on a journey.
Oh, I better bleep that. If I forget to bleep that, we're in trouble.
You've unlocked something in my brain, which is great. I love it when this happens.
Welcome back for episode 2 of the arc that will forever be known as the one where we didn't do a story. Scripty Business, Welsh here, Murray joining me as we... Whoa, pump the brakes.
I distinctly remember last arc, you were like, hey, don't poo-poo us for not succeeding on the task that we try to achieve. And then here you are, 2 weeks later, poo-pooing us for not achieving a task.
It's more just...
It happens. Oh, what's that? Murray, you're a fallible human being. Thank you, listeners.
Yes, you are.
I'm so glad you're on my side.
You are, and so am I, it would appear, as we come back for part 2 of the Home of the Brave arc. Even if this title changes, this is the one I know it as now. Where last week we... air quotation marks, wrote a movie about the first female president of the United States of America. Yes.
Correct.
Battling for her position by singing an anthem at a baseball game and royally tanking the performance and dealing with the fallout
only
of
on
that.
one note. I think she does a flawless
Oh, that's
job,
right. It's the last
except
note.
for one note, which is a really technically difficult, challenging thing that only like Broadway people would get.
You are correct.
And all of America explodes and is just like, well, she's garbage.
Yeah.
Screw her.
And then somehow there's an impeachment play and the movie ends. We'll figure out how the movie ends. We'll figure out how the movie ends before too long. Part 2.
Actually, I have an idea. Am I allowed to do it in the intro before we spin the wheel?
You know what?
Is that illegal?
Yeah, go on for it. Whatever. We make our own
What
rules
if it
here.
was less about an impeachment and more about the opposite house? Because she's probably a Democratic, right?
Sure.
Yeah. And then, so what if it was about the Republicans capitalizing on this like bad energy to force through a law that she doesn't, maybe something that's in opposition to her big power play, or using this to tank her big power play. And that's what the whole film is about, is like desperately scrambling to save that and hold off the Republicans from getting through this other really critical law. So
Not
it's less about
opposed to
impeachment
this.
because she's already in there and this is not an impeachable offense, but they are capitalizing on the media, cannibalizing her to basically take control of her presidency momentarily.
I'll allow it because we've just solved a gaping hole in our plot. I'll allow this extra 2 minutes of recording for the story that we've mentioned last week. But yes, all that aside, we do need to build on the characters and the theme in this episode.
Yes.
However, before we can actually do that, we have to overcomplicate things, Murray.
No! I forgot about the wheel.
Now you're dead!
This is Godzilla. I will lose my mind.
It's a zombie movie. Here we go. Time has already started. What have you got for me, Murray?
Okay. Okay, I've got 2 ideas for you.
Okay.
Very different. 2 houses alike. Very different in dignity. Okay. Idea 1, not as good, but it was actually idea 2, but I'm going to present it as idea 1. Idea 2 is the zombies coming. Nope, scrap that idea. Okay, I have one idea.
Let's hear it. Better be a good one.
It opens on the singing. Right?
Yeah.
Where she's doing the song.
Yeah.
And then that's also when, just after patient 0 and the outbreak hits the stadium and everybody's dying as she's singing.
Oh, yes! That's basically where I was going with this. Yup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then I think America goes into like control mode and she tries to save the situation, but all anyone can remember is her like particularly bad singing during this like crisis event. And somehow that makes it harder for her to kind of solve the zombie crisis.
What about if she just continues singing? So what about if the opening to this movie is exactly the same as we initially pitched it? It's the families getting into the stadium, it's all the prep, but it like is intercut with like an outbreak happening in a hospital of like someone having like, or maybe like somebody is getting executed by injection because it's America and they do that shit, and that somehow causes him to like rabies roid out, start slashing at people, kill them, they drop down, they come back up with the rabies infection, whatever, and we're intercutting that with all these families and communities gathering at the baseball stadium. And then, like, as she starts singing, what if, like, the outbreak hits the stadium? So we have this view over her shoulder of, like, different, like, sections of the stadium, like, starting to scream and run, and, like, people falling over. But she keeps singing. Maybe it's not that she does it bad now. Maybe it's the fact that she doesn't stop doing what she's doing, and, like, everything just goes to shit, and that's like being broadcast. It's like, yes, the president that didn't care. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. Cared more about her voice than what happened.
I like this. I have some
notes,
some things for you.
Indeed.
Okay, so I think you're right. I don't know that we show the patient 0 stuff. I think when she is singing is when the infection hits the stadium.
Okay, so
right.
no. Okay, yeah, I'm listening.
I don't, and I think this is day 1, ground 0. Like, ground 0 is the stadium. Or like it's part of the kind of day 1 crisis, and she does keep singing because she's out in the middle of the field and she can't see people being hurt in the back stands by this.
Yeah, because there's lights on her, like she can't see.
Yeah. I think we have like a zombie land style opening with the like slow motion of the people.
So we're going a little bit lighthearted now and not so drama.
No, I don't think it has to be lighthearted, but I think you can still show the violence in slow motion.
I see it more like 28 Days look. That's the zombie outbreak.
Okay.
I'm happy.
No. Yeah. Let's do that. As she's singing, and then the Secret Service come down and get her and swing her out. But people are like, they blame her for not seeing the violence in the back row.
Yeah.
Continuing to sing during a crisis. But I don't think we need to see the whole like patient 0. And I don't think that this is like them gathering up as like, you know, weeks or months into the crisis.
Okay.
Because the president wouldn't be there. The president would be in the middle of a bunker.
I can't believe this is happening already. Why are we here? Does God exist? What is the meaning of life? This is another big question. Are we painting this off the bat then as a zombie outbreak to the viewer, or are we seeing it from the president's viewpoint, or potentially not viewpoint, in that there's just a little bit of hoity-toity happening through the stands, and it looks like a riot for all intents and purposes? It's not clearly a zombie outbreak, and that gets revealed... it could be like 10... We could reveal it sporadically through the film, through like news bites and like radio reports, and like it's not the focus, if that makes sense. That's my big question. Is the zombie side of this the focus, or is it the backdrop to what's happening in this situation?
Okay.
Because I like the idea of it being background noise.
The background? Yeah, I think through the whole film, the zombie stuff is actually background, because I think she gets like airlifted out. Let's say this is like... I don't know, somewhere that has baseball. Let's just call it New York for now, but it's not the best city for it, but we'll just call it New York. And then they just quarantine all of New York and they just lock the entire city down. And they trap everybody on the island.
What about if it's perceived as like rioting?
Well, I mean, like, they are the presidency. They're going to find out the information very quickly, presumably. Like, she gets flown out, and then it's about her dealing with this, like, viral pandemic outbreak in New York that could potentially end all of America. And the decision to, I don't know, nuke them or kill everyone or quarantine off New York forever or whatever is the kind of central plot of the film against all of America being like, you should step down, we should impeach you, you sung during a crisis, you don't even care about the American people. Do you know what I mean? I think that's our film.
I think that's great, and I think it's kind of fun that there is a virus happening, a viral infection, and the footage of her singing during a crisis is making her go viral. So, like, all around the world, like, people are watching, and maybe that's, like, what if it's kind of messed up in that, like, her sort of, problem, like, this thing that happened with her, it's overriding the zombie stuff.
Yes.
Like, people are tuning
like,
more
no
into
one
that.
cares, because like the media, there's like an immediate media blackout on the zombie stuff, and so the only like media focus is on her singing during a crisis, which is probably a spin tactic on her behalf, potentially. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she makes a self-sacrifice play, but I think that's very interesting, because then we can kind of examine that idea at large. You know, like, genocides happen modern day and nobody talks about them. You know? Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, this got... Yeah, when we saw Zombie, we both kind of panicked that this wouldn't work properly, but it turns out it maybe does. Are we gonna do this so, like, it doesn't end well? Like, she resolves her issues, and then, like, the White House just gets, like, swept through by, like, a pack of, like, zombies, and everybody sort of dies?
Hilarious.
Because then you could end the movie as well with, like, shots of the stadium, like, in ruins and zombies sort of walking through it, you know? Like, they lost. Like, she won her battle, but they lost everything else. They weren't focused on it. Is there a theme in that? Like, that the public were focused on the wrong issues? Like, that this spin factory, this political shenanigans that really had no bearing on the world took over what did matter.
Yes. This is good themes, and if you want to go down this pathway, I can take you on a journey. Okay, so the film opens with her singing. There's this kind of rioting happening in the background, and she continues to sing through the riot until the secret police force her out. And fly her away. And then we slowly learn over the first act that it was actually a viral outbreak, and all of New York has been quarantined off.
Mm-hmm.
So all the bridges are closed. They maybe even, I don't know, break the bridges, I don't know. But they're going to close it all down. They're going to make it impossible to get in and out of New York. And they'll probably end up building a bunch of big fences around it over the coming months. And everybody starts focusing on her and what she did, and it becomes an examination of, you know, an individual's fault during a crisis as a representative of the larger, while a subplot is occurring with like political activists being like, they closed down New York for unknown reasons. We're going to get in. We're going to find out why. Like, follow us for more information against this corrupt, like, political regime. And they break into New York to find zombies who then break out through the way that they broke in, infecting the rest of the state, creating a nationwide pandemic that is harder to contain.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where you can get the zombies win or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Now, question: is the quarantine sort of being done by her political arms and legs, or is it the opposition that's going, no, like, we're blocking it down? Everything
it has
sort of
to go through her 'cause she's the president.
So
like,
she's the one making that call. Okay, so it's like, and maybe.
But they could be opposed to it, like, or they could be like, why aren't we destroying them? Like, she's sitting here doing an action. We should be dropping nuclear bombs on, or we should be, like, going in with the army and cleansing the whole place, or...
Yeah, vaccines are bad.
Sure.
That's what they're doing. Like, maybe she's quarantined it all so they can find a vaccine or find a cure. And the opposition is like, that's against God's plan, and we're Americans, and God is above all in our political and education systems.
Like, a vaccine's not going to do anything. Even if you vaccinate these people and they come back to normal, can you ever actually trust that person to return back to a society? Like, what's going to stop them from just becoming a zombie in 2 years' time? This is an outrage. These people should not be allowed back into the public system.
Especially because the vaccines are going to make them autistic. So, yeah. Again, not my belief, just a disclaimer. This is not my belief, everybody. This is me playing a character. Apologies to...
Well, panicking.
Hey, this is going on the internet. You got to be careful what you say. All right? This is tricky business. Scripty business. All right.
That's why you put a voice on.
Put a voice.
Your best Alan Jones impersonation. Oh my God, can we have him in the film?
Oh, that's...
Like, if we don't have him, but can we have someone who plays him?
I'm trying to think of what his voice is even like. The zombies! They're coming in!
There's the freaking frogs gay!
We're gonna beat your ass!
And then Joe Rogan's on his podcast as well. I'd be like, they're not real. Zombies, guys, stop listening. This is all...
Why is
rubbish.
Joe Rogan so nerdy?
He's kind of like that. He's got a little bit of a voice to him these days because of all the weed and alcohol.
We're cool, man. We're from National Geographic Society.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like having like actual people, in the news cycle and the media actually discussing it. Like, you have like clips of podcasts or whatever else.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
a
they
lot.
would, because that's what it's kind of about.
Yeah, and people are listening
that becomes
to that.
the background noise. But I think it's like, I think what it is like, can we trust this president to make a decision about this viral infection if she, or after she stood there in the middle of a crisis and sung? Like, singing's going to make any difference to a crisis. These people need your help. They don't need your voice. And I think that's what the whole film is about.
Yeah, and I especially love that because, like, there's this virus. They're acknowledging it. But the big problem is her. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, whatever. We don't care. We care about this tweetable Vine. Not Vine. Vine doesn't exist anymore. RIP. TikTokable,
TikTok,
thing. That's what the public want to see. Wow.
Definitely. And I think the people who break in are probably TikTokers. Like,
TikTok
journalist.
Yes. That's
You know what I mean?
great.
Like they're not a real journalist. They're not anything special. They just think that they are an important piece of the media.
Mm-hmm,
and they break in because they believe they're doing the right thing.
And they want to start a new trend of doing a dance. It's called like the shuffle or something, and they're all like doing like little zombie dances. Or the thriller. The thriller makes a comeback, like that dance.
I think that's good, but I think that's a different group that does that, not the ones that break in.
Okay. All right, yeah, well, it's cool. I like that idea.
Because we can have a clip of that being like the dance craze that's sweeping the nation, and they're all just doing like the song. Like, we can feed a lot of that media cycle stuff in.
Yep. I like that a lot. Okay, cool. Oh man, this is coming together. All right, so we figured out how this is a zombie movie. I like that we're in agreement that the film starts the same, and I like that we're both okay with
What's the president's name?
Oh, Jenny.
Jenny. Okay, so she's not young anymore.
Jenny's a young name.
No, it's not.
Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, it is. Wait, actually, J-Lo's not young anymore. She old. We just watched that South Park episode recently with the taco-flavored kisses, and I should stop because it's not a great voice or character that I should do on a podcast being recorded. Top news from across the internet straight to your ear holes. This is the Soho News at 7 with your hosts, Murray and Welsh. Tonight on Soho News, we'll be covering a exclusive as the city of New York is entering its third day of lockdowns. This comes after reports of a virus spreading to its residents only a matter of days ago. The leading theory from several news outlets is that this was caused by this season's round of flu shots, along with cases of autism and microchips are being tracked by the government. Neither Joe Rogan nor Alex Jones could be reached for comment.
In other news, the latest TikTok trend to sweep the world is the zombie plague, where groups as large as 100 people, dressed as zombies with seriously convincing special effects makeup, appear suddenly in public, scaring the people. This trend has billions of views on TikTok and other social medias despite its relative newness. The trend has come from the United States, with some content creators going so far as to simulate eating people. Wild stuff.
Over to sports, and the Mets faced off against the Dodgers in the opening of this season's Major League Baseball games. However, the game was postponed after a rather tragic event. President Jennifer, partway through her first term, was due to open the game with a rendition of the national anthem. However, Secret Services were quickly rushed in as riots were caused by the abysmal singing of the president's performance. Coming up after the break, we will take you through the steps of the TikTok trend so you can do your own zombie shuffle at home. Stay tuned. So we have a zombie movie now. We've done it by some miracle, fitting the words of Pinion Fulton President. We do have a loose act structure now with how the film ends and what's going on, Murray. We actually pulled it off. Good job. I like it. And now we got to figure out our characters. And our
Yes,
theme.
we do.
Okay, did we decide on the theme already? Hang on, we did the theme, right? It's this
themes, multiple. You have
multiple
more than
themes.
one theme in a film.
Okay, if we can get at least one, I'll be happy. So what? Let's just, because I'm pretty sure we landed on like the media machine. What did we end up calling it before? Where like it's hyping up this problem with the female president and it's distracting from what the masses need to know, focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah, we're talking about kind of predatory media cycles.
That'll do it.
Is one thing, and we're kind of talking. We're also talking a lot about like political smoke screening, how something like the media, now that it doesn't have a ton of
Barriers to entry.
journalistic framework anymore, it can essentially talk about whatever the it wants to, and it is more likely to be
Weaponized.
aligned with corporate interest.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be talking about the potential genocide that's going to occur in New York, nor is it really talking about the fact that if New York doesn't get solved, America's going to end and everybody's going to die. Yeah, it's also talking about willful ignorance as well, like the ignorance of the individual, because there's so much going on in the world, especially in like a globalized world. It's really hard to keep up with everything and have an opinion about everything and care about everything, especially, this is going to be a backdrop, when you're getting railed by capitalism, when your rent is through the goddamn roof, you don't get paid enough money, and everybody wants a piece of your soul. You stop caring about really important things like genocide and or political systems, or like a government that actually has your back. You stop caring about these things because you're just so tired and worn out and apathetic. And I think that's part of what it is, you know, this kind of like this massive apathy. Well, not apathy. I think apathy is the wrong word. I think this kind of like, oh God, I had a friend put it to me and I can't remember what they said. Do you know what I'm saying though, right? That this kind of overwhelming barrage of like global media and, you know, all the things that we should care about kind of wear us thin as people, and we stop caring about stuff, like important things.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
I think that's like a backdrop of the themes as well of this film.
We got themes. I like it. I'm good with that. So we don't know president's name yet, but I think we settled on part 1 for Jerry as the vice president. That's actually got a job offer from the Republicans, so he is doing a bit of sabotage here. Or do we
know if that's how it works? I don't think that's how it works.
Of course,
I think once you're in that deep, I don't think you can change. I think that's it.
All right, what if it's like a senior staff advisor or something like that then? So it's not a vice president, but it's one of a trusted
Is this for the sabotage? I think the sabotage doesn't necessarily come from her team. I think it comes from
just the
somebody
other team.
being like, hey, raise to this challenge. And her being like, I have to raise to this challenge. Which I don't think it's not really the focus of the film anymore.
All right, what about then if Jerry the VP just has like an old school mentality? Like he's an older white guy. He's been in the political game for a long time, so you might see him as being a bit of a naysayer, but it's more that he's just being realistic for what can be achieved in that government.
Yeah, I think the vice president has to have the president's back, otherwise they're not going to be the vice president for very long. But they can also have their own opinion, and I think that they will, and I think it will be very much attention of, you need to have my back, and it's like, well, you need to give me a reason to have your back. So it's a lot more like House of Cards-y.
Are we going to make it that the president is desperately trying to put out the fire of people reacting to her over what's happening in New York? Should we go that far to be like, she is dealing with it, but the pressing issue for her and her team is putting out this like backdraft or backlash that's happened from this faux pas.
I think her priorities are still this virus. I think
feel
her
like that makes
priorities
her
are
too
the
good
virus.
of a character. I feel like that makes her too good and pure of a character then.
That's the point. We burn pure characters on fires. That's the idea.
Okay.
If you have even remotely like any kind of purity, we will burn you because you need absolute and utter, unshakable, indestructible conviction to what you are doing to survive. You need to be a Alan Jones if you want to survive the public onslaught.
Yeah, Obama wasn't though.
Yeah, and they crucified him.
He did 2 terms. He did 2 terms.
They
back
still,
to back.
Like, politically. Well, yeah, that's fair. I think. No, I don't think. No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy to rumble over this, but I do not think she focuses on that. I think part of her team is going to be focusing on that, but the issue is that she's focusing on this crisis because her priorities are right, and the rest of the nation are trying to rip her away from that to be like, no, deal with this other petty bullshit of you singing at this event, and her being like, there is a crisis going on, and I care about this crisis, and I want to do something, but she's being wrapped up in a bunch of red tape by other people trying to destroy her political standing so that they can
back around.
Take over.
You've brought me back around with that right there. In that she's trying to fix the actual problem, but nobody really wants her to. And then the media and the public are almost getting more enraged about that. It's like, how dare she not answer our interview requests about what happened at the baseball game? Like, this is outlandish. She should be here on this morning show, Loose Women, whatever the hell those programs are that are all absolute shit. Roseanne, the Drew Barrymore show, the Clarkson show, Ellen, all that. They're all like burning her, as you said, because she's like, no, I don't have time for your shit. I've got an actual problem to deal with. And that's like riling up the masses even more, that she refuses to comment on it because there's bigger things to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't care about what we care about. Oh my God.
The people who are fanning the flames are going to be your Alan Joneses. They're going to be your right-wing political forums. They're going to be your Ben Shapipis.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro. No, I like that.
Yeah, they're going to be your but I also think the people who are going to be fanning the flames are your like late night hosts. So like your Jimmy Fallon?
Do we maybe have a character like that then? Like, not an actual real person, but like we have a character in this story that is actively fanning those flames hard. Whether it's a late night show host, a podcaster, someone that is more involved with this group of TikTokers that are breaking in to see what it's all about, for example.
Yeah. Do you know what you've unlocked something in my brain, which is great. I love it when this happens.
Hey.
I think this film is a Crash style film. Have you seen Crash?
I have seen Crash, yes.
Amazing film. I think that's what it is. I think we're following like 8 different people's interconnected stories.
Love it.
During the fallout of this crisis event, as they each kind of scramble to achieve their own specific goals.
Sold. Who are our characters? Let's lock.
Okay.
Do we have like a doctor on the front lines trying to like cure people like behind the quarantine wall, like with armed forces and stuff like that? So we actually see what's happening. Yes. Okay, good. We have
surrounded by the military, so maybe a military character, maybe like a low-end military character, more like a private or something like that.
Yep. And they're actually working on the front line. Got it.
Yep. We have our TikTok journalist who breaks in. We have our late night host. Is it going to be like a news host? Like, are they an Alan Jones or are they a Jimmy Fallon?
I think it should be an Alan Jones style character. Or like Tucker Carlson, like one of those, or Pierce, whatever his name is in the UK, like a real asshole, like white privileged older dude who's like, she doesn't know what she's doing, and like interviewing other like experts and political people. So we have like this happening. Yeah, someone
that extreme, right? My only concern is how do we tie her in to like actually getting on that show or like dealing with this person, because an extremist you wouldn't deal with, but you might deal with someone who is.
Maybe she does make an appearance on it to try and talk them down and be like, you guys,
you'd be insane to go on an Alan Jones.
I don't know. Well, maybe not as Alan Jones then, but maybe it's still it's a news show that
someone who's more middle ground, that's kind of fanning in a more subtle way.
Yes, that works for me. Okay, so that's
like the journalist that
Louis Theroux,
the interview with Trump.
Oh, the interview with Trump.
Swan?
I don't remember. Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's something more like that.
Okay. Well, we've got 5 minutes to figure out these characters.
Christ. Okay. The president's name is Charlie. I like the idea of having like a name that slides either way, like a boy or girl name.
Because some people voted for her by accident, and we can have people being like that, like, I thought Charlie was a man. God damn it.
That's for really making the public stupid. Okay,
women are taking on names, they're taking on jobs, like that sort of person.
They absolutely would say. Okay. So we've got Charlie the president. Charlie. Do we need a last name?
Nah.
Okay, great.
They call her Chuck as a joke in the stuff.
Lol. I think the Republicans call her Chuck.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. We need our TikToker. Is
it's got to be like 20s. Young for the TikTok journalist. And I'm seeing like a fade up the side with the hair all down like green and blue.
Yes, but like the colored fringe tips.
Yeah. Love it. Young 20s.
Ryan, or like a Tyson, or a.
What about like something like Apple or
Hunter?
River or Hunter. Yeah, Hunter. That's a shit name. Yeah, let's go. More like I'll bleep that, don't worry, that's not good. Oh, I better bleep that. If I forget to bleep that, we're in trouble.
Do we want to pay homage to our fan flamer and call them Alan?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, great.
And he's a fat, bald, older white guy.
Angry.
Riling up the public.
He's like a Bill O'Reilly. God, I hate that guy. He's the worst.
Do we need to do any characters in the staff? Maybe like 1 or 2?
Yes.
In the staff that are like young PAs that... Oh my god, I've never been a part of this kind of thing before.
Well, we've got the vice president as well. That's a character.
We've got the vice president. We got the vice president, the doctor, the TikTok journalist.
Jerry. Male, female.
Jerry.
Oh, it is Jerry.
Yeah, we got it.
Jerry's the placeholder. We can't keep that
It's the name, all right? It's a common trait to this show, and I will die on this hill. Jerry's the...
he's the
rumble?
placeholder.
Do you want to rumble? I'll rumble you right now, dog. I don't care.
Okay, great.
We're rumbling?
Rumble.
Okay.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Okay. it's time to rumble once again by playing Paper, Scissors, Rock, but what we call is Jackaby. It's an old school reference to a friend of ours from high school. We are going to do whatever the winner says. So I am playing for It Should Be Jerry.
And I'm playing for Jerry is our placeholder name and can't ever be an official name of a character.
All right. On your marks. You ready? 1,
Ja,
3.
B,
Ooh, it's a tie. And again. Ja, ka, B.
B.
And the winner by knockout! Jerry is the vice president, bitches. Okay.
You have truly ruined the joke. I hope you're happy.
There's gonna be a Jerry in every movie we do. I don't give a shit.
We need to make a Jerry t-shirt, by the way.
Yes, we do. Only if it keeps being a character, though, Murray. So maybe keep making it a character.
He is the placeholder. I will never stop placeholding him.
Anyway. Jerry, Charlie, Doctor. What's the doctor's name?
Bruce.
Oh, do you want to rumble?
I know why.
No, I'm kidding. I'll let you have that, Bruce. Bruce, Hunter, Alan. I love it. The 2 staffers, they don't really need names.
Let's go Brittany. Let's change it. Let's make the doctor... No, screw it, Bruce.
Oh,
Let's make the private Brittany, though.
Okay. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. The staffers, I say that there's 2 staffers, right? A guy and a girl, and we don't even get their names because they're so low level in the team that they don't even talk to them with names. You know what I mean? So we have these, like, 2, staffer A, staffer B, and I think that's good. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 9 characters we've got. I think we know what
Obviously,
these guys
we're going to
are.
have a bunch of surrounding characters and stuff, but I think these are the people that we follow.
These are the people we actually, like, focus on in scenes, yes. Like, they'll talk to other staffers, they'll talk to other people, but these are the ones we're following actively.
I have a really quick question for you before the time runs out. Does the TikToker die
Ooh.
when they break in? Or do they live to regret their decisions?
I like the idea that the TikToker breaks in with a group, like a crew. Like, you know, like KSI and all that, and they all have, like, we're all cool people. I feel like they should break in with a group, and whether it is the TikToker or some of the crew, but, like, half of them die. And then 2 or 3 of them get, like, and they all get infected. They all get infected, but some of them die there, and some of them make it out.
Okay, when they break in, they should meet Brittany, though.
Oh, what if there's an encounter with Brittany and Bruce at some point in that scene where they're, like, filming a dance, and then Brittany and Bruce like, what are you doing? Like, get out of here! Get out of quick! And then before they can, they're like, what's your problem, old people? And then, like, like a zombie, like, latches onto 3 of them.
Yeah, great. I
Beautiful.
think they're less like TikTok dance craze stuff and more like TikTok journalists. Like, I'm a journalist.
Oh, okay, cool. Whew! Well, there are the themes and the characters to our zombie political movie, Home of the Brave.
It still works.
It still works. It totally still works, and I'm so happy about that.
You know what? I really wish that we'd gotten onto the. This is actually something I would like to explore next arc, and I'm going to put it out into the universe now. When we get to episode 2, I would love to hit the character names immediately, because once they have names, I find it easier to start threading plot lines and stuff. Because then, even though we ran out of time, I want to be like, oh, what's happening with, like, Bruce and Brittany and their interaction? How do they meet? Okay, but, like, Bruce needs to have a connection to Charlie. Maybe they have some kind of weird connection. You know what I mean? Like,
we'll have to do that in part 3, which is
I know we're gonna have to do
kind
that
of
in
what the
part 3,
point
but
of part
putting it out
3
into the
is.
universe.
Well, we'll see what happens, because end of the day, it took us 15 minutes to figure out how the hell this is a zombie movie. Like, we couldn't spend time on characters and anything else at that point. It was, how does this work?
No,
with
for sure,
what we've
but
done.
that break ends and we could just be like, characters. You know,
Done.
like, I think
I'm happy with
they're
that.
just a spicy thing that, makes things a little more exciting.
I think we did well with the characters, though, dude. I'm quite,
Oh, definitely.
I'm quite happy with what we've set up here. Great. Well, I'm just ready to get into the next episode, and I'm sure the listeners are, man. Let's dive on into it. Listeners in 1 week. Suckers. But you can catch us.
Don't give away the trade secrets. They're not allowed to know how we do this.
Who would have known?
JKs. We record all of them at the same time.
All 150 episodes back to back in one
In
sitting.
one day. It's a long day.
That's why the movies get progressively worse through the course of the season. You can follow us on Twitter at @SAWelshie, @YHurryMurray, and @ScriptyBusiness. We'll be back with another installment of this Home of the Brave arc next week. And Murray, what is the task for us when we return?
Why, there is none other than the ABC plot lines and scenes. We have to kind of dump all the toys out onto the table and arrange them into something resembling coherence. It's essentially establishing a writer's room and slapping all of our plot lines together with all of our characters and all of our competing objectives.
I mean, it sounds easy with what we've done so
It
far.
is not. It is by far the hardest episode.
We are going to spin another wheel and put one more element into the mix.
Is this when we get Godzilla? Okay, finally.
Wish us luck. We'll see you then.
We're going to say that every week and then we'll finally get it and be like, I don't want it now. This episode was edited by Luke Wilkinson Turner. The intro music was provided by Facilian Studios. The artwork was made by Justin MacArthur. This has been a Scripty Business production. Talk shit, think quick, and remember, we love you.